What's going on, everybody? Thanks for coming back and hanging with Mr. Bauer. Today we're going to be talking about finding a rectangle's area. And it's pretty simple. If you remember my song from Perimeter. Rectangle's area, yes, rectangle's area is one side times the other, and area you'll find. Pretty simple there. So if you guys are familiar with arrays for multiplication, you won't have any problem with this. So let's take a look here. We've got a 4 by 5 rectangle. I'm just going to break this into parts so you can see the 4 rows. Again, we're going to assume all these are the same size, but I'm doing this freehand, so it's a little bit harder. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you were to count how many squares there are here, you'd have 5, 10, 15, and 20. Or like I said, one side times the other. So we have base, that'd be this, times length, that'd be this. I'll make a cursive L so it doesn't look like a 1. And that's going to equal our area. All right, so 5 times 4 equals 20. Okay, let's look at the next one here. This time I'm not going to break it up into little parts. You see 8 would be quite a few. And 5 we could do, but those squares are going to be pretty small. So we think about this as an array. An 8 by 5 array, we'll take our base times our length equals area, or base being 5, our length being 8. 5 times 8 is 40. Okay, next one, we've got 7 by 2. Just to prove my point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So we got a group of 7, got a group of 7. That is base times length equals area. 7 times 2 equals 14. All right, that's how easy it is to find area. Let's take a look at something a little bit more complicated now. Here we got a couple of shapes that might look a little wonky, so we got to do a little figuring here. Not a rectangle in this situation, but we can split those into 2 rectangles. This one we've got 5 by 10, so we take 5 times 10, and that's 50. This part here, that's 2 by 2, which is 4. So we've got 50 here, 4 here. We just take 50 plus 4 equals 54. And we'll call those millimeters squared. The directions ask us to use millimeters. Let's take a look at another one that looks kind of weird. Let's see. I'm going to split this one right here. So now we got to do a little thinking here. We can see that this rectangle, so this one right here is an 8 by 3, which is 24. And this one here, it's not a 6. We got to figure out the missing side length. We know this is 5. So I see right here, that's 3. And if this whole thing up here is 6, that means this one's going to have to be 3 as well, because 3 plus 3 equals 6. All right, so we got right over here, 5 times 3 equals 15. So if this rectangle is 15, this rectangle is 24. We can combine those, and we have 39, again, millimeters squared. Okay, so our area, our formula for finding area, works if we have just a rectangle or if we got a couple rectangles put together. So, not too complicated. That's why we always ask you guys to use your math facts. Let's take a look at one more here. Let's move it into word problems. It says here, a piece of plywood was cut so its length was 8 feet by 4 feet. What is the area of the wood? That's a very common length of wood, 8 by 4. If you ever go to the hardware store, you'll find that. So it's 8 by 4. And again, we could divide those out if you want. We can use base times length equals our area. So 8 times 4 equals, let's see, they're giving us feet. 8 times 4 is 32. Now, since we're talking about squares, we're going to use feet squared, and that little 2 up there means squared. Let's try one more here. It says, a book had a length of 5 inches and a width of 10 inches. What is the area of the book? So here we've got our 5, and we got 10 here by 5 here. All right, so we do base times length equals area. 10 times 5 equals 50. It's giving it to us in inches, so we'll write inches, and you could write it like this. That's another way to say 50 inches squared. Okay, so to find the area of a rectangle, really it's just base times length. Just take one side times the other. And area you'll find. Thanks for hanging out with Mr. Bauer. We'll see you in the next video.